Hi YouTube, it's Shauna here. Hey, I read this article this morning about a uh, lawmaker in Poto, Oklahoma. Oklahoma's right next door to me, um, who wants to offer castration for lesser prison time for violent offenders. He also claims that once the offender is out of prison, and this is per offender, okay, that they are likely to reoffend 2 to 5 times before being caught. That's before being caught again, okay? That's 2 to 4 times way too many, in my opinion. Okay, I don't think you people understand just how desperate I am to get you to understand how serious this issue is, because it's you know it's this is crazy. The abuse on children, it's insane, and we just keep bringing children into this world, and we just don't even seem to see how deep this really goes. Anyways, although I think that's a great attempt to try to do something. I think once you have offended another person's body in that way, especially a child, I mean, our future relies on these children, and we're damaging them well before they have a chance to change the world. If we keep them in a cycle of abuse, they're going to continue the cycle of abuse, people, and they're not going to get out of it. That they can't be the change that we need in this world if we continue to allow this stuff to happen. And we have become breeders and eaters of this world. Look around us. That is the way it is. I don't have kids, and I'll never have them. If I ever decide to have kids, I will adopt, because there are millions of children that are being overlooked selfishly. Selfishly. That it's selfish at this point of us to keep bringing children into this world. I'm not even going to get into the debate of abortion. I've already gotten into that. What I am going to debate is the fact that nobody can say that our system is here to protect these children, and nobody can say that there aren't incentives to breed. You get tax breaks for having children. You get food stamps for having children. Why the hell are you having children when you're on food stamps? When you're already telling people you can't feed the kids you already have, and you're getting pregnant on welfare? That's insane. That's crazy. Okay, so now I'm sorry for going off point, but it really upsets me, because you just don't see how serious they play on our emotions on this stuff, okay? Because if you thought about this stuff logically, you wouldn't think the way you do. And I'm not trying to change anybody's way of thinking. What I am trying to do here is bring my way of thinking, because I have a different point of view than most people. I've really never met anybody with a point of view like mine. And I'm very emotional type of person, especially about this right here. Children being abused. It kills me. It just kills me, and I don't understand how people don't see that they don't see what these children are actually going through. So I'm trying to this is what my channel is going to be about. It's going to be to bring awareness to this stuff, because it's so freaking important. Do you guys not understand that children are our future? They can't change anything, okay? They just keep the cycle going, because that's all they know from the beginning when they are abused, okay? From the beginning of whenever their abuse starts. That's what's happening. Now, the lovely folks at the American Civil Liberties thinks it's a violation of the Eighth Amendment, and therefore cruel and unusual punishment against their basic human rights for chemical castration. So what about the basic human rights of these children? Don't they have a right not to be molested and not to be raped? Not to be beat? not to be human trafficked, not to be sex trafficked. Don't they have that right as a basic human being? A basic human being. They don't have that right. You know, this is perfect examples of how our system people have failed. We have failed. The American civil liberties, they say for most offenders, it's about power and control and not sexual gratification. And firstly, I would like to point out that it's actually for all those reasons. If you chemically castrate these people, a lot of them are still going to do it. The civil liberties people, they're right about that. But they are wrong about it not being sexually gratifying, because it is to them. Okay? And these people supporting child molesters and rapists, that shows their true colors. That shows that this organization, it shows what they're fighting for. Okay? Because there are no good pedophiles. There are no good people like that. No good rapists. None. Okay? Once you've crossed that line, you can't come back. As far as I'm concerned, you cannot come back from that. Just like murder. Not in self-defense. Obviously, unjustified murder. It's you've crossed that line, and as far as I'm concerned, I know people who have killed people for money. And they just don't, these people are just not human. They're just not human. I promise you that. They look human. These people are not human. And it's time that we wake up, okay? It's time to realize that nothing else in this world will ever change until we decide to take care of our children. I am 36 years old, and I am not a mom, and I will never be a mom. If I ever decide to be a mom, I will adopt, because that's what I feel like I already mentioned that. If I repeat myself, it's because I have a brain condition, so I do apologize about that. I have brain damage. Sorry about that. So anyways, listen, this is what my channel is going to be dedicated to. And if look, none of us are going to agree on everything exactly the same. Okay. That's what makes us individuals, I think. We're not, but we have to put emotions aside and think logically about these things. I don't want to have to support a lot of the things I support, but I have to do it because we have rights. I don't want my rights violated. I will tell you that right now. Whatever decision I need to make should be my decision. Period. However, there are exceptions to that rule, if you're violating somebody else's right. And very few people are fighting for the children that are already here right now. The system's not fighting for them. The parents that are breeding just because they see money signs on these children's head, because it's happening. I know people that are lifers on welfare and food stamps who have never worked, okay? Never worked. They just get pregnant and pregnant and pregnant and pregnant and pregnant. Or, I'm sorry, they sell drugs. Pregnant and pregnant and drugs. It's crazy. And I don't support that type of behavior. I'm a very unique type of person. I try to find the good in everybody, but it's wearing thin, okay? Because everybody's fighting for all these crazy ass rights that we automatically ought to have, okay? You should not be able to tell me what I can and cannot do, period. As long as I'm not hurting anybody else, screw you if you're going to try to tell me what I can and cannot do. Shame on you. Once my rights get violated, buddy, I'm coming for yours. That's the way I look at that. Don't violate where you don't want to be violated, okay? You don't want to be raped, don't rape. Plain and simple. I don't think you should be raped. I think you ought to be, you know, put down. But I just want to put down like a dog. I just wanted to, this is my video today. So I will put a link down below of where I got this article. Oh, there's that stray dog. Bye.